Thaetos, Imperial Designation 23-2, was a muty weirdling recovered from the depths of Big Hole. While in transit to the Edgelord's offal foundries, Thaetos exhibited a spontaneous display of psychic power, bursting the brains of a dozen other prisoners and 3 guards. This outburst would have earned Thaetos a swift bullet to the brain had not a guild slaver been witness to it. Locking the babbling weird into a null collar and then shoving him in a stasis casket for good measure, the Guilder took Thaetos back to Hive Primus, where he was sold to the Psychonarium. After a number of purification surgeries, Thaetos was deemed close enough to norm standards to begin his indoctrination. Fitted with a surgically attached respirator and motive inhibitor, Thaetos is constantly fed a cocktail of mind-scrubbing chems to keep him locked in a docile state. Psychonarium keepers can alter Thaetos' mood with these chems and trigger his telepathic abilities to dispatch Lord Helmore's enemies. Before being sent on a mission for the Psychonarium, the weird undergoes extensive cognitive conditioning so that he will act out the will of his keepers or an allied gang without conscience or hesitation. Kia ora and welcome back to Wellywood Wargaming. My name is Damon and this is the gigantic series where I give you bite-sized videos of every single Dramatis Personae and hired gun in the game of Necromunda. This one's a weird one. You see what I did there? Thaetos 23-2. Yeah, let's get into this one. But before I do, please do like, share, subscribe, check out the Patreon. Give us a super thanks or a like and comment down below if you've used these guys in any of your games as well. I'd really like to know. Thaetos 23-2 Weird Lock. This guy is very strange indeed. Let's start with the model though. Let's have a look at the model. The model is available from Forge World and came in a pack, I believe, and still does come in a pack with maybe Ortrum 88 or something. Correct me if I'm wrong there. Weird looking model. Again, see what I did there. And I swear down that this model was released ages and ages ago with some Chaos Guard. I could be wrong, correct me if I'm wrong there, but it looks like this is a reproduction of an older Forge World model that was used in 40k. I think that's the case, but I'm not sure entirely. The guy has no face. His face appears to be on his belt, which is a bit out the gate, and he's got tubes all coming out of his arms and out of his tummy and out of his chin and stuff. Pretty grimdark. There's something odd about the paint job. I never like these paint jobs from Forge World, I'll be honest, so apologies if you painted these and you're watching this, but I don't know, it's not clear enough to see the detail. But I'm sure with a little bit of help, this guy could actually look quite attractive in a grimdark sort of way. 285 credits though, it's a lot, especially for a weird. A lot of the weirds that I've covered so far in this series have been somewhat underwhelming. This guy, let's have a look at what he actually does. We have got stats first, I suppose. Movement 5, weapon skill 5, ballistic skill 5, so terrible at fighting and shooting. Strength, toughness 3, average, 2 wounds, initiative of 3 up and 1 attack. Mental stats are 7+ leadership, 7+ cool, willpower 6+, which is good for a psyker, and intelligence is 7+2. He comes with fearsome and a respirator, so absolutely no equipment or armor or guns or anything like that. The only thing he does have is that respirator. The fearsome skill is always nice to have, but it's certainly not a top tier skill. However, this guy does come with 3 unsanctioned weird powers, and unfortunately they were all created way before the Book of the Outcast, so they're not particularly good ones. We've got a pyromancy skill here, scouring, which is a basic. I've covered that in other videos, and it's basically kind of a hand flamer for a basic action there. We've also got telepathy, we've got maddening visions, and telekinesis, we've got levitation. So quickly, levitation makes you fly around. It's a continuous effect. It's handy, but it's certainly not amazing. And maddening visions does the following. Let's just have a look at that quickly. Until the end phase of this round, any enemy fighter who ends their turn within 3 inches must pass a willpower test or gain insanity. If failed, roll a d6 each subsequent time the fighter is activated. It's insanity, so it's always hard to get out of insanity, but you've got to be within 3 inches to actually use this, and it's a basic to do it as well. So pretty situational. If it had some range on it, it would be really good. Oh, hello. I've also got my own little weird here as well. This is Bruce. Say hello, Bruce. There we go. Cute. That's my cat. That's one of them anyway. So back to Thaetos quickly. You disrupted me there. You've disrupted my weird powers. Not great, really. Those 3 powers, I have to say, aren't particularly special. Scouring's probably the best of the bunch. You could fly around scouring people, I suppose. But again, this is another case of Games Workshop making a miniature and making very underwhelming rules around that miniature for a massive credit cost of 285 credits. Of course, like any other video, I'll just highlight that you could use this guy as a outcast leader, and it's actually not too bad a shout. He'd probably be better doing that than you would anything else, because he already comes with those 3 weird powers. It's quite nice, I suppose, and you could always add more weird powers to it as well. But you know, you're better off just building your own Psyker from the actual outcast that you've got available, I suppose. But that's really Thaetos 23-2. Nice little bit of lore there. I did find it quite funny. I tried very hard not to laugh when I was talking about Big Hole and the Edgelord there, but take what you want from that. And I will be back with another video real soon. Peace out.